Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Stetson Coursey Show.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
The only way they can inherit the freedom we have known is if we fight for it, protect it, defend it, and then hand it to them with the well-taught lessons of how they in their lifetime must do the same.
In the last generation, the only way to God was through Christ. In this generation, the only way to God will be through Christ.
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. The most important thing is my faith in my life.
This is the very first episode, and I'm super excited to be doing this. I want to give a thanks to everybody who is watching. Also give a thanks to everybody who shared my posts on Facebook, on Instagram, X, all these things. This is great. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. So thank you for your support. This video, what am I going to be talking about? Well, I'm going to be talking about me, I guess. I'm going to be talking about what makes Stetson Coursey in my ideologies, my philosophy. I want to give you an overview, an outline of what I believe, why I believe it, so you know what to expect from me in the future. So let's get started in that, I guess. I'm a Republican, registered Republican. My views, however, I would consider to be a bit more conservative libertarian. So libertarian being, I believe in your individual liberties, that you can do basically whatever you want as long as it doesn't cause harm to me or to anyone else. I believe that we were given certain inalienable rights by our Creator, as did the Founding Fathers. But in my life, I run it in more of a conservative way. Conservative, what am I conserving? Well, I want to conserve tradition. I want to conserve the nuclear family. I want to conserve good morals and a strong faith. That faith being in the one God, Jesus Christ. I believe that these two things can go together. But I believe that in my life, this is the proper way to run it. I believe that it really could be the proper way for everybody to run their life. So I support it. I encourage it. I want to pass this along to people. However, if you don't want to live your life that way, I don't believe that I should be able to force you, that your government should be able to force you. I believe in your right to do something, as in your liberty to do something. But that doesn't mean I agree with you being right, as in your correctness. I think there is right and wrong. So I want to encourage and pass along conservative values, but I also want you to remember that you have the right to live your life how you choose, as long as it doesn't cause me harm or anyone else. So these two views, conservative, libertarian, well, what are we agreeing on here? Well, we're agreeing on size of government, for one thing. We're saying that we want a smaller government. I want a smaller government because I want more freedoms. I want more liberties. I believe that the larger the government gets, the smaller my liberties go. I believe something has to be sacrificed when a bigger government is put in order. And it's most typically your freedom. I also believe in free markets. Now, the free market is starting to disappear on the Republican side, unfortunately, with the implementation of tariffs. I disagree with tariffs. I understand and am sympathetic towards the position of tariffs, but I believe it's a tax on the consumer. And I'm not big on taxes. I believe that taxes, unfortunately, I guess are a necessary evil. But I disagree with the idea of taxes, especially an income tax, because it gives the understanding that the money that you earn is not firstly yours, but is firstly the government's, and that they allow you to keep a certain percentage of that. That's immoral to me. I can't support that at all. But again, I suppose it's a necessary evil, some taxation in some form. I would get rid of an income tax, but in some form, I suppose. What else? So I believe, really, one of the biggest things that I believe is in seeking out the truth. I understand I can be wrong. I'm a fallible, fallen man. I will not always get things correct. But my biggest goal is to find the truth in all things. I think the biggest reason for being alive is to find the truth. Finding the truth in my politics, finding the truth in faith, finding the truth in all things. We should be in the constant pursuit of truth. There's nothing more important than that. That's what I believe. That's what I want to share. As I said, in my faith, I'm a Christian. So, my theology, which I want to share with you, is a bit complicated at the moment. I'm looking at all sorts of different ways in the pursuit of truth, right? To be completely transparent, I'm a Southern Baptist. I grew up as a Methodist. However, I'm looking into other forms of Protestantism. I'm looking into Presbyterian, the Reformed view. I'm also looking seriously into Catholicism. Not to scare people away. A lot of people that I care about are Protestant. And when you say that you're looking into Catholicism, that can be viewed as a bad thing. But I don't think it should be. I think there's a lot of beautiful things that the Catholic Church does. And I think Catholics misunderstand Protestants. And I think Protestants misunderstand Catholics. My goal, again, is to find the truth. A couple of moral issues that I have when it comes to politics. I want to say this. I'm pro-life. Expect that from me when you're listening to me. I'm pro-life. I believe that abortion is murder, plain and simple. The only time that I support an abortion, don't support an abortion, but I understand why it would be done, is if in the instance that a mother's life is at risk, truly at risk. That's a moral dilemma that I cannot solve, that the government cannot solve either. I believe that the woman, the mother, should make that decision on her own. But in any other circumstance, abortion is murder. It's wrong. It shouldn't be done. I also believe in a strong national border. That's a big issue right now, although it's getting a whole lot better. I believe that a nation without borders is no nation at all. When it comes to our foreign entanglements, I believe in America first. I want to see America succeed. I don't really have much concern about any other country. I don't care what country we're talking about. If it's in the UK, if it's Canada, if it's Mexico, if it's Ukraine, if it's Israel, it doesn't matter to me that much. I want to see America succeed. I don't want to see our tax dollars that are being stolen from us, remember that, being given to other countries when we have problems at home. Now, I don't support a lot of social programs. However, if they're going to take my money regardless, I'd like to see the issue of homelessness be taken care of in my country before we send it overseas. The America First agenda is a big one for me. I love it. I want this country to succeed. It's the greatest country to ever exist. We should be proud to be Americans. This is kind of an overview of my opinions here. I can go far more in depth on a number of issues. I'm probably leaving out some that I should talk about, but I'll get to them. That just keeps you waiting, right? Coming back to me. But that's kind of the overview of what I believe. And I hope that makes sense to you. Even if you disagree with me, I understand why. Maybe I don't understand why, but I can at least reason to understand why. And we can still have conversations about that. And seriously, if you know me personally, and you want to talk about it, I'd be happy to talk about it. I believe in having disagreements with people, respectful disagreements. I'm open to that. And I may stumble, I may fall, I may get things wrong, I may embarrass myself, but that's okay. That's what the pursuit of truth is about, is finding the truth, even if you look foolish from time to time. I want to end this episode with a dedication to Charlie Kirk. I want to dedicate this whole episode to Charlie Kirk. It may not be much, but it's something that I can do. I want to play for you a clip that was from the White House. It's a tribute to Charlie Kirk. I found it very touching, and I want you to watch it.
Only in America is it possible to say, you know what, I don't like the way the country is going, and to do something about it. that risk. Take that leap of faith. Stay involved. Trust God and act obediently. Romans 12:2 verse. That God will use all things for good for those who love him. It's bigger than you. I want you to remember that. It is bigger than you. It's bigger than me. You are here to make somebody else's life better, the pursuit of liberty and freedom. You know what gives me strength? The hundreds of thousands of you that say, Charlie, keep going.
1 Corinthians 5 and 15. So that's all pretty amazing evidence, not just intra-biblical evidence, but extra-biblical evidence that Jesus Christ was a real person. He lived a perfect life. He was crucified, died, and rose on the third day, and he is Lord and God of all.
I found that video to be very touching. I think it's a great way to honor his life. Charlie Kirk, when he was alive, I always respected him deeply. I disagreed with him on some issues. We had probably about 85 to 90% agreement, so we agreed on far more things than we disagreed with. But I did disagree with him on certain issues, but I always respected him. And I always knew that his impact on my generation was major. This generation is becoming one of the most conservative generations we've seen in a very long time. This generation is seeking God again, which is major. I don't know if you understand how major that is, that young people are seeking out God. It's amazing. It's almost unheard of. The life that Charlie Kirk had, I believe, is an example that every young man should seek out. He lived the life that I certainly want to resemble mine after. The way he carried himself, the way he spoke, the impact he made on people, on this generation, but on everyone, the impact he made. He wasn't afraid to seek out the truth. One of the things I respect about him the most is that he wanted to find the truth. He had a lot of opinions. He found out what he agreed with, and he would share those opinions. But he always got in rooms with people that disagreed with him. That's what he did. He got on college campuses to talk to people that disagreed with him. And even in private, he would do that. From what I've heard, he would get with people that disagreed to talk things out, to understand both sides. Truly incredible. And his faith. I've never seen, when somebody's died, Jesus Christ be talked about as much as the man who just died, Charlie Kirk, if not more. Charlie Kirk is bringing people to Christ. There are people that I've seen post videos that said, I haven't ever been to church. I haven't stepped foot in church in years. But I'm going to church now because of Charlie Kirk. That was a reaction of Charlie Kirk's death. Was, let's go to church. Let's praise God. That's incredible. It's incredible what has happened from his death. It was an evil, terrible thing, his death. But there has been so much good that has come out of it. I believe he would be proud. I know he's woken me up. He's woken me up to do this. I've always been interested in politics. I've always been passionate about it. Talked to people about it. And I've always wanted to do more with it. But I never have. Not really anyways. After his death, I realized there's no reason for me to stay silent. If I've got something to say, I need to say it. If I believe that it can change people, if I believe it can improve their lives, if it can improve this country, I need to say it. He's woken me up in my faith too. I am what you would call, for the majority of my life, a lukewarm Christian. Now, I believe in Jesus Christ, but I was not very passionate about my faith. It would ebb and flow. There would be times I was on fire for the Lord, and then it would dwindle out. After his death, I haven't been the same. I believe it's been a true, genuine change in my life. I seek the things of God out. I want to do more. I want to know more about my faith. I want to be involved in it. I don't want to be lukewarm. I don't want to just be on the sidelines. I want to be involved in it. I want to know these things. I want to share it with people. I'm not going to hide in it. There's no reason to hide in my faith. And the more I think about it, the more the words that Charlie said so often are true. It's all about Jesus. It truly is all about Jesus. There's nothing more important. I can talk to you all day long about politics. I can smoke a cigar with you all day long. I could do all these different things. But it doesn't matter. It's all about Jesus. It's all about salvation and being with Him. It's about worshiping Him. It's about spreading His name, His word with people. Charlie Kirk has changed my life. Charlie Kirk has changed the lives of an entire generation. He is one that I will never forget. And if I have any say at it at all, I'll make sure nobody forgets. So thank you all very much. This was my first episode, so things were, a little bit shaky, I'm sure. Maybe some things didn't flow as well as they could have. But I'm learning, and I'll improve. But I enjoyed it nonetheless. And again, thank you for watching. I plan to do this weekly, so I'll be back next week, next Friday, to post another video, and I hope to see you there. May God bless you and keep you, and thank you again for watching.